Hi everyone, I thought it was time for a little spring tour. I'm going to show you the full extent of my bonsai garden. So I had a lot of people asking me to do a little follow-up on all the trees that I've made a video on. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's go. So this is Japanese maple that I already discussed in my first garden tour. This is a Yamamomiji, and what I'm going to do with it now, this one was pinched this spring. I did a little video on that. It wasn't a complete video, it was just a little heads up for what you had to do when the pinching began. I didn't have time to make a complete video, so sorry about that. Next year I will be making a video on that, so stay tuned for that one. Well, so this one was pinched, and now I'm just letting it grow. I'm just going to let it accumulate energy, and in a week or so I'm going to do the summer pruning, just like the video that I made on the other maple, just the selective pruning. But this is going to be more in an energy distribution manner. The other one I also distributed energy, but here I'm going to do this more carefully because this one is in refinement stage. So I'm going to be more delicate. I'm going to remove a lot of the leaves, not a lot of the leaves, but I'm going to remove like almost half of the leaves to make sure that the sun hits the internal growth of this tree and I don't lose this. This is very important because we want all of our ramification to be on the inside of the tree. Well, we want to push our ramification to the inside of the tree. We want it to grow inwards, so to speak, or from the inside out. And by doing this, we will be keeping the entire shape of the tree intact. So that's what I'm going to be doing on this one. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video out of it, but we will see in the future. So this one is my Scots pine, the one that actually did not need it to be pinched. You can see that one in the video somewhere here or there. I think here. So this one actually had all of the energy redistributed very well. And you can see this here. I mean, the bud, there's not like one bud growing a lot larger than the other one. What I'm going to be doing here is actually just when the flesh hardens off, this is now too late to do anything and too soon to do anything. So when the when the new foliage the new needles really harden off, that's when I'm gonna come back with my scissors and do a post flesh hardened pruning. And I will be regaining the structure of the tree. Not that it's in a bad structure right now, because it was so well pinched last year and the energy was redistributed so well that now everything is like completely balanced. The only thing I'm going to need to do is come here with the scissors and just regain my shape, the shape of the pads, and that's it. And I also see that I have a couple of twos, or a junction of two that I have to reduce to junction of 3 that I have to reduce to 2, and that's it. And then this will be ready for next year's. I won't touch it anymore until next year's spring. I'll probably be repotting this because I love this tree, but it will be so nice in a long but then shallow pot, rectangular one. Can't wait to do that. This one is another lovely Scots pine. So I didn't do a lot to this tree just because the growth wasn't really excessive, and this is telling me that, well, maybe I did a little bit too much work, or the tree needs a little bit more time, a little bit more needle mass to recuperate or to be really vigorous again. So I just let it grow. I didn't pinch anything. Also, you can see that the distribution isn't that bad. So this is a Scots pine. We're not going to pinch all the time just because we want to pinch. We always respect our trees, and this one just needed to be left alone. I will be coming again in post flush hardened pruning and making it nice and neat again, and hopefully get it to the next level. Scots pine, Yamadori. The other one was also Yamadori, so this is another Yamadori Scots pine, so Pinus sylvestris. I don't know exactly where they come from, but there's a distinct color difference. Some are more green and others are more bluish. That probably is an indicator of the origin of this species, or where it came from, where the Yamadori was dug up. So I'm not sure. I cannot. If somebody knows that, actually, you can always leave a comment. If you know, like the blue ones, where they come from, and the more greener ones, where they come from, leave it in the comment. It's actually something that I'm very interested about. So yeah, another Scots pine. I hope you all remember this tree. This is the one from my repotting video. I'll show this one right about here. If you haven't checked that one out, please do, because I kind of feel that I really explained why we put our bonsai trees in such soil, because I have like electron microscope images, and that actually really becomes self-explanatory if you look at that. I don't know, if you want an extra insight on why we use substrate that is like particles and not clay soil, check that one out. Taxus baccata. This was actually a tree that I just dug up from my neighbors. This is an urban dory, and it was like a completely straight section, and I did the deadwood. You can see that the repot did actually nothing to the tree. This is very robust, and this is because, well, first of all, it's Taxus, and Taxus is a very strong tree, and second, the repot was done, in my opinion, was done very well, because we left a lot of pieces untouched, and we just got rid of the bad soil, and then we made sure that it fit into this pot. So I'm pretty happy with this tree. The only thing I'm going to do is like let it grow, but if I see that like this robust growth just keeps on coming and I don't need any thickness anymore, it is in development, so I'm just gonna let it go. But just, if you're doing this at home and your tree is more in a refinement stage, then you can really do this to a Taxus, because mainly because this Taxus is telling me, like, yeah, my growth is, I'm hulking out, it's all good, you can go ahead and pinch. And that's like in end of June, starting July. I'm just going to like remove this, and then there's going to appear a lot of buds up further back up the branch, which is something we really want, and that will improve ramification. But for this year, I'm not going to do anything. Yeah, let's go to the next one. So this is the first Pinus sylvestris, or Scots pine, that I styled. I've been working on this since, I don't know, 2019 or something, 2020. I started with just like 2 branches. I've been pinching this for like 3 years maybe, and because of this excessive pinching, now I see that the growth, well, now the growth is going, but it was like a little thinner, not that strong, not that robust. I know that is exactly what we want, but sometimes you just need to let your trees grow, just in order to recuperate from all of the pinching and all the techniques that we do. And this time, this tree really needed this time. So I'm just going to again come back and cut it in post-flush hardened pruning, and it will regain its balance first of all, because now you can see that in some parts the balance isn't that okay, but it will regain its balance by doing the post-flush hardened pruning, and I will be regaining my structure, and it will look crisp and sharp, just the way we want it. But for now, I'm just going to let it grow and let it recuperate, just let it accumulate energy. I will be doing the post-flush hardened pruning also a little bit later, just so it can really gain, like, from all of these little solar panels, it can like regain all of its energy. And then I'm going to cut back, and I'm sure that I'm going to have like a lot of buds on the cut side. So yeah, this is the plan for this Pinus sylvestris. Picea omorica, this is my Servian spruce. If you want to see the origin story, I have a very old video when I started, so you can check that out if you want. But I'll be making a video on this one later, where I'll just show you a few clips of that one. The thing is that I made this one from a Christmas tree. The story is a little bit more elaborate, but check the video out, or just wait for the next video on this one. Really love this tree. I was not expecting to bring it this far this quickly. But yeah, really awesome species. Amorica lends itself really good for bonsai. I it's just that they're like really strong. You can do a lot to them. You can cut them back, and they will react really nicely. Also have like this Amorica forest, that we'll see later, and it's just an amazing species. I did not expect this to be such an amazing species, but yeah. So my little large forest, as I already mentioned in my previous video, this one I made with my wife, with my honey, and this means the world to me. It's actually inspired by Nigel Saunders. So Nigel, thank you for inspiring me. This was the first forest that I made, and I was so in love with Nigel's forest that I just had to, well, make my own version of it. Really glad that I did this, because I just love larches, especially a little forest. It just gives you so much in return, and every time I look at it, it's like I am really in the forest. Every time I just come, and it's like you're going on a hike, but then in your own garden, if you get what I mean. I think some of you do. Yeah, this is the pine that I made for my friend. Well, my friend's gonna come and pick it up today, actually. He lent me like 2 trees to work on. Well, he didn't know what to do with the trees, so he asked me to work on the trees for him, and I was glad to, because I really love this style. This is just something that, I don't know, it just brings me to like, I just get in the zone, and then I'm really focused, and I just love to style bonsai trees. So I don't know how you guys feel. Leave a comment below if you think this is something you have as well. Nevertheless, the decandling and everything is for my friend. He'll have to keep it alive, but as you can see, it is alive and kicking even after like removing this humongous piece. The thing that I'm going to do with this next is actually, well, my friend's going to do with this is actually just keep it alive. In a couple of years, I think I will be seeing this tree again to like do a restyle, because there are still a couple of branches that are like too much, or we still have whorls that I have to address in, but let's just say a year or two, when it has fully recuperated, then I will be cutting away like the excessive branches. But it's always very important to leave more than you want to keep in the end, or it's never finished, but in the end product, in your more or less final design, in order to just give the tree enough energy. And that's what I did with this one as well. So if you haven't seen this video, just go take a look. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did see it, let me just say one thing. For all the people that already watched my channel, I just want to like really say thank you, because I've been working really hard in order to learn editing, learn color grade. I'm still learning. It's a very steep learning curve, but like editing, storytelling, I'm really trying. So, and all the people that subscribed and like gave me a comment or a thumbs up, I really appreciate this. I mean, you cannot believe what this does after like non-stop editing, because you're trying to learn something new. So I really want to shout out to you guys and really say thank you, because it means the world to me. So thank you very much yet again. Yes, indeed, another Pinus sylvestris. This one is another Yamadori. I'm doing absolutely nothing to this tree because the growth isn't really robust here. It's not growing badly, it's just not doing that much. I wanted it to have like these type of extensions, but nevertheless, this tree never gave me all this growth, so it is healthy. I can see it, but I'm just going to let it grow, and maybe I'll do nothing except like maybe cut the 3s to 2s, but I'll see what happens. And if the growth, I mean, all of the candles are like this big, so I might not even need to do anything. This might just take care of itself. So what I am going to do is just give it a little bit more nutrition than normally, just a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit to try and boost it. But again, not too much. It's not like I'm going to like pump it filled with salts, because if the tree is struggling, it's not a good thing to just go and put on nutrients or just put on fertilizer, because you have like a heart surgery, or if you like just have been ill, you're not gonna eat like hamburgers and steak and everything immediately. You want light food. So I'm not sure if this one is like ill or anything. It's just not giving me the response that I want. That's why I'm going to up it up, just top it up a little bit, fertilizer just a little bit, in order to see if that is the issue, that maybe I'm just too cautious. And if that's not the issue, then I'm just gonna leave it alone. Nature has a tendency to recuperate on itself, and if it doesn't, there's nothing we can do. Because if we try to like over protect our trees and like, there's something wrong with my tree, I'm going to do something, I'm going to like I'm going to cure the tree, you'll probably do more harm than good. Well, at least I know I will, because I've been there. So it's best to like just let your trees recuperate and let it heal itself, more or less. So yeah, really stoked with this tree though, because I'm really in love with this one. I love the bark, the movement. So yeah, we'll see.